Hello everyone, I'm Alex and welcome back to another video. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Today's video is absolutely crazy in one of the most disturbing stories I think I'm ever going to cover on this YouTube channel. There is so much information. It's going to be a long video, so strap in and it's not going to be good. It's actually quite terrifying. The news is that YouTuber Ruby Franke, who owned a YouTube channel called 8 Passengers, has been arrested officially for allegedly abusing children. She's apparently part of some form of a group as well called Connections, which we'll get into detail later, which has also been accused of abusing children, and there's so much weird information and screenshots about that. That's a company that she runs where she kind of helps look after kids, which, as you could tell, is probably a bit worrying now that she's been arrested for alleged child abuse. The story is crazy. Apparently, this kind of all came to a head when kids crawled out of a home, malnourished, begging for food and water. And I think the mother of those children had allegedly been working with Ruby Franke. So it's a crazy situation. We've got the official news report here from NBC News, which I will play some clips from. So you guys are fully aware of everything that's going on here. But this is just the beginning. This whole video is crazy.
Very well. But she's in business with a woman who has gained a huge following online, with YouTube videos getting hundreds of thousands of views.
So being a mom's a full-time job, but...
Popular Utah family vlogger Ruby Franke was arrested Wednesday. The 41-year-old mother of 6 is known for sharing clips of her children's daily lives on their now defunct YouTube channel, 8 Passengers.
Now, one of the reasons why this YouTube channel doesn't actually exist anymore is because of the fact that if you actually search their name into YouTube, the only thing you get is documented videos of alleged abuse. It's just so many clips from their YouTube channel of them being really weird, which we'll get into. But this clip that they play on NBC News is mental. So we could start with that one.
Today, she and her business partner, Jody Hildebrand, are accused of abusing some of them.
My bedroom was taken away for 7 months, and then you give it back like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think our viewers know that.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October, and they gave my room back like 2 weeks ago.
That's insane. That is insane for so many reasons. Not only doing that as a punishment, taking away somebody's bedroom, that's like a right of living, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's a human right to take away somebody's living quarters. You can't put them in like solitary confinement. That's not like a punishment for 7 months. And the fact that her response to that wasn't to go, oh no, my son's over-exaggerating for YouTube videos. She just went, oh, I don't think we told the viewers at home that. Or she carries on filming with that big, crazy grin that all of these psychopaths have. It's very worrying behavior that all of this was just so clear and in the open. And this happens a lot with YouTube. Not my first rodeo with this. I remember watching the Daddy of 5 case. It's very strange to see somebody only just kind of being pulled up for something when some of these clips are up to 3 years old, which is horrifically worrying.
A clearly malnourished 12-year-old child crawled out of the window of Hildebrand's Ivans area home. A neighbor called 911 when he showed up at their house asking for food and water. Officers say his wrists were duct taped. He had wounds from being tied up across his body. Investigators say they found a 10-year-old girl inside the same house who was also malnourished. Franke's family vlogs ended without a specific reason given. Franke now works for the Utah County company Connections along with Hildebrand. It's described as a treatment program for those with mental health and addiction issues.
Bloody hell. It sounds like they probably just use it to abuse more people. Really? They set up a company to help people with issues. Well, they've got issues that need to be addressed first, I think. Like teenagers, like a 10-year-old and what, like a teenager malnourished? And these are the people responsible, people who were like openly documenting their abuse. It's crazy that stuff like this doesn't get looked into sooner, honestly. It blows my mind when somebody is so willingly filming stuff and they become some weirdly famous off it. Like, how did she get popular doing stuff that quite clearly is, like, horrific? How did that happen? Who allowed that to happen? But I've always had a massive problem with, like, family blogging channels in general. I think, personally, I don't know if you guys agree, they're just inhumane. Like, to put your kid online like that is just weird. They have no choice. They don't know what you're putting on there. And some of the clips that we're going to see, by the way, coming up in this video of what they posted are absolutely sickening.
Connections has been the subject of a lot of controversy, specifically for its teachings on parenting. Many of Franke's siblings are also online content creators. Her sisters released a social media statement saying, quote, "Ruby was arrested, which needed to happen. Jody was arrested, which needed to happen. The kids are now safe."
That is crazy. Could you imagine your own family member posting, "Thank God they were arrested"? That really sums up kind of how bloody evil this woman must be. It's quite scary. In fact, there's a video that's been uploaded now that we can watch, actually, from the sister, which hopefully will give us a bit more information about it. So let's see what she had to say.
If you have the internet, you have seen news articles on my sister, Ruby, from the 8 passengers. And my sisters and I, we are on the very same page. We put out a message. You can read that on Instagram. And for the last 3 years, we have truly clung on to each other and offering support to one another. And I don't think any of us could have ever seen this coming.
So it pretty much seems like all of the sisters believe that she's a pretty horrible piece of work, which is quite horrific, and are all for the fact that she's finally been arrested. But what I wanted to get onto was kind of the actual videos that they were posting. A lot of people won't be able to see the YouTube videos because they've all been taken down. They're not really available anywhere. But there's a bunch of stuff that's been re-uploaded, and I've got 4 parts here that we're going to go through and watch. Apparently, some of the stuff is absolutely mind-boggling. And then we have a Google Doc which has been created by the sisters. I'm pretty sure some of the family members, which kind of details all of the weird stuff that they've done online. So we can go through that as well and really showcase kind of how really creepy and weird this woman was.
Are they okay? Are they okay? Are you okay? Russell?
This was my first car crash.
And you know what? I want to tell you something, and I want you to really listen. We should have been in that crash.
That's a weird start, isn't it? Traumatize your children. I don't know what happened in that car crash. I don't know if she's just filmed somebody's had a car crash in front of them and then like made it into like a big thing for their vlog. Maybe they knew the people in the car crash, which I don't think really makes it any better. Maybe don't vlog at this point. This is the whole problem I have with vlogging channels. But to then tell your young, impressionable children, they can't be older than like 8 in that, you were meant to die in that car crash. Parenting 101.
You're gonna be okay. I know. Someone will come, don't worry. Help, we're over here!
Watch out on the left side, we hear someone!
He's hurt. He has something stuck on his leg.
Alright, medic! Okay, medic, let us know what you need!
Where are the 2 kids located, Igor? Which strip?
I'm sorry, I feel like I'm watching something out of like a TV show. Why are there so many camera angles rescuing this child? The caption is apparently that they faked a serious injury here. I mean, I feel like if my son had been crushed in a cave, I'd probably be panicking a bit more. Once again, I'd put the camera down. But nothing stops a good vlog, right? That's the rule, guys. Remember that at home. Say it with me, guys. Nothing stops a good vlog.
Guys, we're hyperventilating going into set. Can you get a blanket? Get a blanket? Give me a blanket.
My name's Sherry.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
We're gonna get you and your brother out of here. We're working on it right now. He's doing fine.
Is he gonna be okay?
I think we can help him out.
So Sherry is apparently the one who actually made the Google Doc, by the way, that we're going to have coming up in this video. So it's quite funny to see her involved in this weird, bloody vlog footage. Yeah, she's the one who has basically like got this Google document that's available that you can actually see on my screen now that we'll go through, that details like even more of the weird kind of abuse and strange stuff that they got up to with that company they had that's meant to like help people. There is so much, as you could see. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that's the first few clips. But some of them are even stranger.
So, yes, this was staged, but this was done purposely.
I love that, by the way, at the end of the vlog. Yes, we staged a horrific injury, but we did this on purpose for some reason. That's great. What would the reason be for that? Raise awareness of people go mining? This isn't Minecraft. I wouldn't worry, to be honest. Let's move on to some of the even weirder clips, because that's like the least offensive thing out of everything that's in here.
Julie, I'm not even gonna let you leave like my bedroom in this. This is
Horrible.
She's 11 years old, but she looks like she's 21.
How did you get makeup? I don't know. You got makeup on her butt.
All of my girls wear size 14. They're all different shapes though, and they're all at different levels of maturity, yet they all wear size 14. If you are a size 14, here are your options. Unicorn with the flippy little sequins. We went shopping for Sherry and this is what we found. You can also find very mature, I even made her put on a sports bra. I'm like, you gotta put something on underneath this. This is what we found. Don't know where Julie's gonna go where this would be appropriate. And Abby found something that shows her belly here, which I am not okay.
If you're not okay with it, then why vlog it and put it on the internet forever for everybody to see? Surely you just be private about it, right? Like, what is the vlogging for? What's the filming for? Why are you filming all of this stuff that apparently you don't want people to see? And why would you put that on the internet anyway? Why would you put your kids through that? It's embarrassing, frankly. I don't know if these kids did or didn't get bullied, but I'd assume, like, if I had a mum who was that jarring and weird on the internet, I'd struggle to survive in school. And that's a UK school. I'd be bullied forever.
She's saying that lotion is not a liquid.
No, she's calling it an amorphous solid.
I can't believe my 8th grader is arguing that it's an amorphous solid. Scientifically, it's a solid. Oh, Sherry, just give it up. Just give it up. Just throw it away. That's what I said. Just throw it away. They don't want to pat Sherry down because she's not an adult, so I'm going to take her plate. This is legit. It's because I love my daughter.
Yes. All right, our top, please.
Do you know what? I hate family channels. I really do. Like, watching this currently so far, I'm just cringing. I'm cringing at everything that we're watching here. Like, why are you're the worst people at an airport, for one. And why does it all have to be filmed? Why does every single thing have to be filmed? Just put the bloody camera down. Everybody hates you, by the way. Everybody is annoyed at you, and they want you to stop.
Like, close the door.
No, you can see through this. Please don't look.
No, I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna scream the first time I use that quill. Is it warm? Is it cozy?
It's spring. It's not spring.
Oh, weird.
Why are they all sat around trying to film and watch him in the toilet? And then why is this posted on the internet again? I think my question for this constantly is, why is this on the internet? Like, why are they, doing this in your own home? Bit of a joke, maybe. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh my God, it's absolutely mental. These people are messing around. Like, it's a family. Of course, they're going to be very comfortable with each other. But it's the posting on the internet of this behavior, which is when you start to think, okay, this is a bit strange.
Before you think this is picture perfect, we had a hook go in Eve's finger, and I'm tangled up in each leg, so I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching. Xfinity, thank you for sponsoring this video.
There is absolutely no way she ended that video by thanking the sponsor, smiling, and saying, oh, there's a hook in my child's finger, and then carrying on doing the YouTube outro. That is absolutely insane to me. Like, it's crazy that these people weren't, like, caught out considerably earlier.
Yes?
Russell just wrote this note to me, and I want you to read it.
Abby, I like you. Even when you're mean to me. Can you get married together? Even when you have going to be taller than me? And then he made check boxes. Yes or no?
What does it say?
Russell just proposed to his sister.
Before I get a barrage of weirded out people watching, he asked me to marry him last week. So, like...
He's experimenting with the idea.
Well, great. Put that on the internet. That's not going to embarrass him forever when he asked to marry his sister, and now it's permanently immortalised for everybody to see. Now, obviously, as we saw in the news report, one of the things that was alleged is that the kids were starving, the kids in the house, and there's plenty of stuff that's shown here that the partners in crime actually do this quite regularly to their children, which is mental. This clip is really, really odd.
Literally starving. I hesitate to say this because it's going to sound like I'm like a mean barbarian, but I told the kids, I said, I'm not even going to let you eat breakfast until you get your chores done.
That's mental. That's just insane. I'm sorry. You know, breakfast is the first thing you should be giving your child in the day so they have the energy to go on to do stuff. You are starving your children. That's not a punishment. A punishment is like, oh, you won't be allowed on the PlayStation. It's not, oh, we're not going to let you eat. That's, once again, a human right, if you've ever heard of any of those. Then there's another video of her on the Connections podcast, talking about how she left her hungry 3- and 5-year-old downstairs while she was sleeping, just so she could, like, get some more hours in. Once again, crazy parenting.
Very clear. I said, do not, under any circumstance, go into the kitchen. Do not go into the kitchen. You just stay right there and watch the movie for an hour. And I went upstairs and laid down. And an hour later, I came downstairs and the movie was still going and they were sitting on the couch and they were cuddled in their blankets. I thought, oh, good. They did what they were told. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so relieved. Okay, so I went into the kitchen to start preparing some food. And as I walked on the floor, my feet went, they stuck. I'm like, my foot is stuck to the floor. And as I lifted my foot up off the floor, it went, like you could hear the stickiness. I could hear it with my ears. I thought, oh my gosh, what is on this floor? And I took another step and my foot stuck and went like it was like just sticking on the floor. And I thought, what is this? So I did what any mother would do. You know what I'm going to say, young moms? I knelt down on the floor and I smelt it. And I couldn't quite tell. And I stuck my tongue out and I licked the floor. I'm like, oh, and I licked.
Sorry, this woman's crazy. This woman's insane. Why don't you just feed your kids? Why don't you just feed your kids? Why don't you actually do that? Why don't you actually just feed them? You are licking the floor and you're giving out parenting advice. You're sat licking the floor and you think this is ordinary. You absolute psycho. Fucking hell, what a weirdo. We've got another great video here where she took away Christmas from her family because apparently they're too selfish and they don't live in truth, whatever the hell that means. So let's watch this crazy video as well to see what this psychopath also was practicing with her children.
The two youngest are showing long patterns of selfishness. They have been showing through their choices, their unwillingness to repent, their unwillingness to feel sorrow over some pretty egregious choices that they've made. So Kevin and I have decided that we are going to give the gift of truth to them this year for Christmas. We're going to give them the gift of boundaries and we're going to give them the gift of repentance. So we sat down with them and we told these two what our expectations were again. And we let them know how deeply sorrowful we've been because of the choices that they've been making and how it's affected their teachers at school. It's affected their peers. It's affected our home, the siblings. And we just laid it out very clear. And we told them that this year they are not going to be visited by Santa. So they will, and we prepped them. We let them know that the Christmas morning, their 4 older siblings will be getting Christmas presents to open. And
God, the gift of love. I'm sorry, but by watching all of these videos, I wouldn't want it. I'm not gonna lie. That is, once again, one of the strangest things I've ever heard. I understand punishing your kids, I do. But to give presents to the other children, they're the youngest, by the way, in the family. They're the youngest kids. They're like 5, 6 years old. And they're being given the gift of repentance. If you haven't gathered, by the way, she's a Christian. Not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that she's one of the mental ones. She's clearly a bit loopy. Yeah, what a nut job. Let your children have Christmas. They're children. They've been up to they've made egregious decisions, apparently. They're kids, man. What could that possibly even mean? What, like picking Frozen over Toy Story? What are you on about? I don't even know what could even possibly be the problem there.
Torturing him. Stop it. I know you're not, but it looks like you are. Okay, Russell. I'm only going to say it one more time, and then you're going to lose the privilege to eat dinner.
So in this video, the kids are just playing. They're just having fun with each other, and then she threatens to take away dinner. It's no wonder that when they found those two children, that the other person was the mum of, this Jodie person who works with her, that their kids were starving. It seems to me the threat is always just to take away a human right. It's absolutely barbaric. She's also got this really weird video that for some reason is filmed vertically that's just called No Right to Privacy, where she says in this video basically that children don't deserve any right to privacy in her home. It's a 22-minute video. I'm just going to skip 10 minutes in. Let's see what she says here.
I happen to have one right here. It's a 3-legged stool. It's a little side table. And think of each of these legs as a pillar of support. And one is honesty, one is responsibility, and one is humility. Then you have safety.
All she does is chat shit. I'm not sitting through this. It's fucking bollocks. Let's actually skip through it so we could find like the actual clip of her saying that the kids have no right to privacy. Enjoy.
In this home, you don't get personal space because this is my space because I'm the parent. If you want your own personal space, you'll need to get your own space. This is mine. And as long as you're living in my home, it is my job to know everything about you. You don't get to sneak, you don't get to hide, you don't get to have secrets. Not in my house.
Yeah, I mean, she's mental. Let's be real. She's absolutely crazy. And she is talking about no privacy, no secrets. Is that why she uploaded all of it to the internet? Uploaded all of it to YouTube for people to see? Probably. Because she's a psycho. But there's so much more coming out about this, and there are so many more videos. I'll probably do like a big in-depth video at some point on the main channel, where I'll go through absolutely everything in as much detail as I possibly can, and I'll give it like the proper due diligence it deserves. But currently, this is what has been going on in the last kind of 24 hours, and this is what I can find. I'm sure there's plenty more clips that I can see. It's a shame that a lot of them have been deleted, but it's crazy that they were uploaded in the first place. What an insane scenario, and what a crazy woman. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. We pretty much post every day on here, so it'd be great. And if you want to check out some more videos, there's a new video on the end screen right now that you can click on and you can go watch. All right, see you guys. Have a good day.